Hey kid, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Having a good day. Hope you have a good week. Have a good week. Hope you have a good month. I have a good month. Hope you have a good year. And I hope that whatever problem you got is solved. And if you can't solve the problem, you let it go. Because if you can't solve the problem, we'll try to solve it. Anyways, so for today's topic, what I want to talk to you about is school. All right, going to school, going to college in particular, and at least in my opinion, for the first and foremost, even as a teacher, as an educator, I think education is very important. Now, the thing is, though, there are essentially two fundamental types of education, right? You have academia, in a sense of like you go to college, you read books, theoretically you learn the things you gotta learn. You may do an internship, stuff like that. That's what I did, right? I went to the quote unquote the traditional route. And then you have the other, which is trade school, which is stuff like, for example, plumbing, um, electrician, mechanic, right? Things that are more hands-on, or even essentially you could say even a farmer, right? And personally, I think there is nothing wrong with either one that you want to choose or you want to do with. I do think that if you're going to go to school, you should know what you're going to study or have an idea what you want to study. And I think also if you're going to go to school that's going to get you, not to like get you a job, but that you need in order to get the license for that thing, right? So for example, teachers, lawyers, doctors, pharmacists, right? You need a degree in order to do those jobs. Like to be a certified electrician, to be a certified plumber, to be a certified mechanic, you have to go to some sort of trade school for a number of years, get the experience, expertise in order to do that job and get paid very well. Now, there some jobs out there where you can just graduate from high school and do fairly well in life? Absolutely, there are. At least here in New York, or I would say rather like New York City, if you work as a MTA worker, you can make just as much money or almost as much money as an MTA employee as a first-year teacher. And you need a high school diploma. That's what you need in order to get that job. Theoretically speaking, right? It's all just theoretical. Now, me personally, in my own experience, I went to St. John's and then went to Fordham, two private schools, in order to get my history degree first, and then my master's in adolescent education. Right, and after all these years, I can honestly say I didn't need to go to either one of those colleges. Now, the experiences I got out of it from going to colleges, that was amazing and great. I will not take that away. If I could do it again, like all over, I would be much more financially savvy and smarter about it. I think what I would have done is like 2 years of community college and then transfer to a bigger school for my undergrad. And in my case, where I needed to get my master's anyways, to be paid more and to be a full-fledged teacher in New York State. I would have just gone to some, maybe got a little bit fancier, right? Maybe what I would have done instead of going to 4 years of St. John's and taking out a significant amount of loans for it, maybe done 2 years out of community college, have a part-time job, able to pay at least, maybe not all of it, but most of the tuition out of my own pocket, right? And after 2 years, transfer to maybe St. John's, or maybe transfer to a little more well-known school, get my bachelor's degree in history, and then apply to go to Fordham, which I got in, which I don't think St. John's, like the college itself, helped me to get into Fordham, but yeah. And the other thing I would say is, at least for myself, I think if I could pick maybe another licensing job other than teacher, maybe I would go with plumbing or electrician, something with or mechanic. I really like the idea of working my hands as a mechanic. Don't know why. Could be maybe because I'm a hands-on type of learner. But that's what I gotta say about that, right? So if you want to go to school or you want to go to college, you can absolutely go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. At the same time, I guess my little warning is just don't go with the idea of like, oh, I'm going to study English and just like get a job immediately. No, that's not how it works, at least in this country, in my opinion. Again, in my opinion, if you want to go to college, I would say go to maybe a community college for 2 years and then go to a bigger school. If I'm with your best school, get your master's. Myself, I'm going to get my PhD. When I'm going to get it, I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it. I'm definitely going to get a PhD. You can call me doctor. Dr. Prince, tell you that much. Yeah. Call me Dr. Prince up in here. Because I'm the man now. I'm not like that. Yeah, that's my advice about college and school. If you want to go to college, you can, absolutely. Again, just don't study something that is I'm not saying like a total waste of time, because studying is a skill and learning is a skill, which is really important. Also, college, at least for me, taught me time management. But don't go to school unless you go to an Ivy League school, right? I had a sibling who went to an Ivy League school, studied. They say it's contemporary literature. That's English, all right? That's just English. And now they're working on basically on Wall Street, making a bunch of money. Happy for them. I'm happy for them, right? I'm ecstatic for them. They're doing well in life. Now, are they using their degree in their actual job? No, not at all. Am I using my degree? Absolutely. Am I getting paid enough to pay off all my bills and debts? Pay off my bills, yeah. Pay off my debts. That's a slow process. That's a slow process. All that to again say the same thing I would have been saying is just if you're gonna go to school, know what you're gonna study. Right? Figure that out. And if you don't know what you want to study, then maybe don't go to school immediately after high school. I think it's a little weird sometimes, right? Because there's some people who just don't know what they want to do yet, and that's okay. That's fine. Like, there's no rush. There's no reason to rush or to push yourself to go to school, to go to college immediately. You could take a year off, take a gap year, right? Go get a job. Get some life experience, go travel a little bit. I'm not saying be stupid and get a credit card and max it out. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is like, hey, give yourself a break. Let me take that back. Not give yourself a break, but go get some life experience. Go get some real life experience. Because again, I'm saying again, but for me, when I went to college, I had theoretically the idea of what life experiences are. And I had a lot of life experiences through college, which studied abroad, which would be another story for another day. But yeah, if you're gonna go to college, take a year, right? Because at least for me, I think for myself, the difference between myself being 18 and 19, huge difference. And the decision making, at least for me, that I made from 18 to 19, also a big difference. But yeah, again, to say it all over again, if you want to go to college, go to college. If you want to go to trade school, go to trade school. If you don't do either, that's fine. Just figure out what you want to do. And make sure it's enough to like pay your bills consistently. And if you want to, have a family, at least be able to support them as well. So that's my advice about college. So yeah, this is Prince Tree. Have a good day. And dear child, I love you.